We're talking now about a new venture that's starting in Manchester. It's called Born. It's the first of its kind full-service confidence consultancy. And it's been launched by and for transgender women. With the motto, turning heads, changing minds, the consultancy has its roots in Manchester and the shared belief of its founders, a group of transgender women and allies who offer a lifetime of experience in using makeup, fashion and coaching techniques to change lives. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome Paul and Grace from Born. They're joining us in the studio tonight. Hello.
Thanks for having us.
Welcome. Thank you very much for coming on down to Gaydio. So tell us a bit more about Born, Paul. How did it start? You know, where did it come from?
Absolutely. Well, Grace and I have obviously had a long relationship with trans people, and I've had lots of connections and have lost friends because there isn't the support network out there for trans people. Also, a keen interest in makeup myself. Grace is teaching me how to apply makeup and specialising in feminisation.
For our two listeners out there, I say you both look absolutely flawless.
Yeah.
Thank you, darling.
Yes.
Well, we're not flawless. We've met many flaws in our time. After a night in the village, maybe.
With one hand and someone texting it away.
No, there you go,
Trying
see,
to
yes.
come in without chocolate. Try and be nice.
Accept the compliment, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. But yeah, I think as a trans woman, I've worked in the beauty industry for nearly 10 years, and there's a massive kind of hole in the beauty industry, and especially for a group of people within society who rely so heavily on beauty and fashion to kind of express themselves and present themselves the way they feel inside. I think there's a massive hole in the industry for that. And also what is out there is kind of got this kind of very old kind of feeling of like it's a bit of a backstreet secret type thing. And for me as a trans woman and in my life, I think that, you know, times have to change, and we have to change society's perceptions of what it means to be transgender, but then also change, you know, trans people's minds, and, you know, bring people out of the shadows a little bit and be proud to be who they are and not kind of recess in a little bit.
I mean, did you know, was it challenging for you, Grace, as you were sort of, you know, growing up? Did you find support? Were you able to sort of, you know, access support on you know what you're kind of offering here in terms of sort of confidence?
I was lucky enough to have an amazing mum who really supported me, but when I was younger and going through school and high school, I had a terrible time. I was, you know, really badly bullied, and you know, definitely faced a lot of adversity just on the fact of who I was as a person. And it took me many years to kind of find my strength and find self-love, and I kind of went on that personal journey, and fashion and makeup and styling was a big part of that for me, because it gave me the strength to present myself the way that I felt inside. And I think that it's a very powerful tool for women in general, but for transgendered women especially, to be able to have that confidence and feel strong enough to just live their lives however they feel, you know, comfortable.
Brilliant. So tell us a bit more about Born then. What does it actually do? What are the kind of services that it offers?
Well, I mean, we offer a lot of different services, and first and foremost, there's, you know, obviously makeup, hair, styling, those kind of things that are really kind of really powerful tools for trans people to use. But then there's also an educational side to us. We're teaching people how to achieve the looks that they want to achieve, teaching people how to find that confidence for themselves, and also offering not just cosmetics and things like that, but also offering confidence training, vocal training, you know, all these little tools that you can build up to just kind of, you know, be who you are.
And you're based in Manchester, is that right? Is this something that you're kind of offering nationally, or sort of where do you offer the services?
Well, we're starting off at home in Manchester, obviously, because this is where Grace and I are, and we have a network of people that we can plug into. Because it's early days for Born. We've got premises, but they're not suitable really for day-to-day use. But we have got roots here in Manchester. We have people in Birmingham and London as well, ready and waiting.
Right, fabulous.
for the growth. And so there are plans to go national, definitely. It's just we're new at the moment, and we need to build the brand, and we need to get the awareness out there. We're doing lots of networking and events, aren't we?
And we work freelance as well, so we offer all of the services that are on our website. All of the services can be accessed now, right now. You know, we don't have, like we say, we do have a hub of premises, but at the moment we're doing everything freelance. But all of the services that we offer are available right now, and you can have them. You can either come out to our studio space, or you can, you know, have it freelance as well. So
Right. And I'd imagine that, you know, it's not just going to be about getting this, you know, sort of these tips in kind of how to use makeup and be more confident and sort of fashion ideas, but surely it's going to really help. You know, we know that there's a lot of sort of issues around mental health within the trans community, and that, you know, people are kind of struggling, feeling very isolated.
It's social. It's social
yeah,
as well.
absolutely. All those kind of, and I think we have come a long way, but there's still a huge way to go, isn't there? You know,
there's a lot of work to do.
So I'd imagine that your services will really help to support that agenda in terms of making people feel more connected and more sort of, you know, able to sort of
and I mean,
get that support.
In the future, it's, you know, it's something that I feel this kind of work that we're doing is going to affect how trans people are represented in society, because for such a long time, you know, trans people for many reasons have been kind of pushed out to the peripheries of society, and that's both within the trans community and from society as a whole. And what this is all about is about building confidence, not hiding people away, making them stealth. It's about giving people the strength to be the person that they are and embrace the fact that they're trans and be proud of the fact that they're trans. And because we are amazing, and we have struggled so much and have to fight so much to just be ourselves, that it upsets me when people feel that they have to hide themselves away.
Absolutely.
And for anything to change for trans people in the world, we have to be visible, and that's what it's about for me. It's about giving people, empowering people, giving them the tools that they need to just do whatever they want in their lives.
Basically.
Live their lives.
Yeah.
Just kind of wondering, you know, how do you think it helps or hinders when high-profile people like Caitlyn Jenner or Kelly Maloney are out in the media and stuff? I mean,
well, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
Yeah,
the media, because a lot of the time, because trans people aren't represented in the media, at all really, in general, it's often sensationalized.
Yeah.
You know, there's. I'm so proud of Caitlyn Jenner and Kelly Maloney for living their truth, but at the same time, newspapers can take things that they've said and just make it into like a circus. Do you know what I mean? And I think the thing for me with the media is that you only see representation of kind of extremely infallibly female-looking trans people who kind of conform to the binaries of gender, so they can be kind of accepted. Whereas actually the spectrum of trans people and the spectrum of gender, there's so much diversity, and there's a little bit of a barrier that needs to be broken down so that all trans people can be visible.
Yeah.
I think Caitlyn coming out so publicly and doing it all, you know, kind of forcing the Kardashians to actually address something real other than shopping and big bums and, you know, all that stuff, I think is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't really understand why she doesn't, you know, support gay marriage and things like that. And also her experiences are very different to a lot of trans people. So I feel like she's being kind of held up as like an ambassador for trans people, but
because she's had in the media spotlight.
She's had very different
yeah,
experiences.
Yeah, absolutely,
but
absolutely.
it's opened up so many conversations.
Yeah,
and you know, for me and Paul, it's opened up so many conversations. People want to talk about what it means to be trans, and so that's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
I mean, your service at the moment, am I right in thinking, is currently for transgender women? Do you see yourself expanding and kind of doing stuff for trans guys? And,
yes,
you know,
absolutely. We're of a mindset, we will only tackle what we know about, what we're experts in. We're not experts, and we haven't got access to anyone who's an expert in female to male transformation. We're talking to people at the moment that do have that expertise, but what's really important to us is any advice that we give to people is good advice, because you can destroy a life
from real
with poor
experience.
advice, with
yeah,
real
absolutely.
experience.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's why Born is different to perhaps any other dressing service. We're not a dressing service. We want to generally help people by giving them the tools, and it's about education and educating them in how to dress well, whether you're a man or a woman. It's all these issues, how to apply makeup, and to feel empowered and confident about yourself when you step out that door, because it's a very scary thing for someone to step out in public.
Absolutely.
Terrifying.
As a female.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we could absolutely talk all night, and I wish we had, the rest of the night to do so. Fortunately, we need to. I know we need to finish there. But just very quickly, Paul, how do people get in touch? How do they find out more?
We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. There's a website, www.born.uk.com, and they can also telephone us. The phone number's on the website. So there's lots of ways people can get in touch with us.
Fantastic. Grace and Paul, thank you so much for coming in. You can find out lots more on Facebook as well. Look on the BornGaydio page, and there's more about Born on there. So thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank